Hello, everyone. Welcome to some spiritual chat here with Jen Bushman. And really interesting questions today, Jen. One thing that happens is we always wind up chatting, and I found out even more interesting things about you. So, one thing I want to ask about is your Sasquatch healing. How does that work?
Oh, I love it. I met Sasquatch when I was 4, and then I had later on in life, I would go hiking. I'm a real outdoors person, hiking, camping, all that stuff. Grew up in the Pacific Northwest, so um, I would be given gifts. I would feel Sasquatch around me. When I would hike, I would feel the vibration of the ground behind me. So then later on, I was introduced to my guides of Sasquatch as I started to do this work and getting deeper and deeper into it. And I had the experience of meeting Gail Fowler, who I'm going to have on my channel on the 27th
Oh,
of
yeah.
June. Yeah, she's awesome. She's the urban shaman. So she did a reading for me where the twins and the mother that I saw when I was a child are still with me in guide form because they're very high dimensional, you guys. So um uh you will see them, and then they're in a guide form. It's just so cool and beautiful. But anyway, so now that I work with people and help them heal their bodies, I use Sasquatch because the Sasquatch energy is very healing physically. If you have a physical ailment, meeting your Sasquatch guide and starting to work with your Sasquatch guide is so effective. How I started was when I lived in Hawaii, I got the chicken pox. It went in, or it was mono. I got them like 1 year apart, and I'd never had them as a child.
Mm,
It was like 27 and 28 respectively. And so my heart, when I get sick, like if I get a cold, it can I can get kind of sick. And I had a really bad flu, and my heart wasn't doing well at all. And I was feeling pretty rough. And I had learned about Sasquatch and the healing properties of Sasquatch and how they can help you heal when you're ill. So I reached out to Camus. I did a meditation, reached out to Camus, who's a 25th dimensional elder Sasquatch, and he held my heart all night long, and I
mm,
felt it. And the next morning I woke up and I was remarkably better. And so
mm.
that night I just said, can you just do a little more? Because I felt I just needed one more night. And actually, it was a female energy with a blonde arm that came in and held my heart all night, and it healed me. And so, working with Gail and understanding more about the Sasquatch energy. So now that's what I do. I do healings for folks, physical healings, and I use Sasquatch. And so I take folks down to Middle Earth, and I see it is a very tropical, just kind of a heady, delicious experience with water, the blue water, kind of tropical, and flowers and palm trees and sand and a volcano, and there's mist. And Sasquatch, I will be with folks and guide them to meet their Sasquatch guide. So their guide will walk through the mist, and then they can have a conversation. Usually you want to ask, you know, what is this? What is the source of this illness? But what I've learned from Sasquatch is that the majority of illness in our body is energy, and it's a disruption in our energy field. I mean,
Mhm.
yes, we have physical components to our body that are out of balance, or we're missing something, or the cells are not working together properly. But there is a piece of that where the energy field is disrupted. Either it's blocked or it's flowing, not as robustly through your body. It's not
Mhm.
this continuum. And so I introduce folks to their Sasquatch guide, and guide folks to ask, what is the source of this illness, but why? What is this teaching me about me? What is
Mhm.
this? Why is this happening? And so then we will do, ritual around, once they hear, then we do a ritual around the release. But it's a way that folks can, continue on and have that meditation, because it's recorded, and they can continue on and, engage in it when they want to. And
Mhm.
but you know, um, I love it because it empowers people to realize that they are part of their healing journey, that
Yes.
our mind, our body, our spirit are all one. It is connected and keeps us healthy and well. But I just love this work, David, because
Yeah.
any of the spiritual work that we do, because we are empowering people to understand that they are in the driver's seat of their own spiritual experience, getting their own messages,
Mhm.
that they have a relationship with their guides, that we are all equal and powerful in that. So
Right.
that's
Can
how
you
I
tell me
use Sasquatch.
Can you tell me like some of the things that people, maybe you could start with what you learned and or what some like the revelations that you got. I am totally down there with you in the sense of if I'm not learning something, if I'm passive, it seems like whatever's accomplished won't stick. It's always seems to be, yeah, the shaman or whoever's doing their work, but it has to involve my increased consciousness, I should say. Um,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. Excellent question. Because remember, we were talking about that dark night of the soul that I went through.
right.
And for me, it was overwhelming, people wanting to come to me to have me tell them what their spirit guides say, or
Hmm.
to have answers for them, to
Hmm.
give the impression that I was somehow like elevated and they were here. And I didn't see it that way. I mean, my guides didn't show it to me that way. And that that's why it's so important for me that folks come to understand that they are just as powerful in as that I am, in gifts and
Hmm.
understanding. It's just
Hmm.
I can help them learn how to tap in, that it is a systematic ritual to tap in.
Hmm.
Um, but um, I kind of went off down a rabbit hole.
Well, you were gonna just give me maybe an example of what you, a revelation you had.
Okay, like in
Well, when you first did it, was there a revelation specifically when you, like a self-awareness that came to you when you first worked with Sasquatch yourself?
Oh, okay, okay. Yes, just how easy it was. And like, it's truly easy. The thing is, you guys, folks, if you want to see Sasquatch or when you're hiking, seriously, just the change in your thought that you believe,
Mm-hmm.
that that is all you need to do, is just to change your disposition and become one of respect, and belief, and then things will start to happen. um but that was the first revelation, was how easy this was, that
Mm-hmm.
just choosing to reach out and access that energy
Mm-hmm.
was easy, that you see results, you feel results.
Great. So here's my next question. I know that you also do like energy healing, which is a little bit different. Can you tell us how it's different and what it is?
Oh, for me, so I guide folks, we usually go up. We go out into the universe and we fly. So, it's really interesting how with physical energy, you want to go down, like down into the earth, trying to draw the energy from the earth to do a physical, or excuse me, an energetic clearing. You want to
Mhm,
go out into the universe to send that back to the God consciousness blockages that way. So I guide my clients. We usually ascend, but I'm always with them and holding their hand when we fly. But I take them through a series of, you do a doorway, I do a staircase, choose a staircase. We want to keep going up, 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 up. We want to rise. And so to always feel safe, but I'm genuinely there with them. Folks usually choose to hold my hand and we
mhm,
fly together and we
mhm,
go to another planet, but it's the planet that they feel safe, the star system that they feel safe with. And that's where we go and immerse themselves on that planet, on that star. They describe it. And then we start to spin and swirl the energy. And
mhm,
once again, we connect with their spirit guide and they have a conversation with their spirit guide.
mhm,
Why is this blockage? What is this teaching me about me? What is this teaching me about my relationship with spirit? What is the meaning? What is the purpose of this blockage?
mhm.
And how can I release? And to have a conversation with your guides is really important to address that piece of fear. Us as humans, we fear almost letting go. We fear the answer, maybe seeing the other side of what is this teaching me about me? What will happen if I let this go?
Yeah.
Right? We're fearful of what we don't know. There's
Yes.
security and predictability. Right?
Yeah.
We make our environment predictable and safe. So to let go, to lift that veil and see what's over
Mhm.
there, it can be difficult for some. So that's another thing we'll talk about with the guides, right? Why is
Yeah.
it difficult? How can we make you feel safe? How can
Mhm,
I feel safe? So
mhm.
we do a lot of talking
Yeah.
with the,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then we do the actual swirling, the releasing the energy off. So
Mhm,
it's something, because it's recorded, clients can take and listen to it again and repeat the process. And,
mhm.
you know, it's awesome because it allows the client to go deeper, right? To maybe have another issue, another something else that they want to tackle. So it can be a valuable tool for folks.
I can completely see it. And
Yeah.
very freeing and liberating. It's really important, I think, to have these kind of processes because, maybe I'm clinging to this ego thing and I don't realize that I'm clinging to this ego thing. Maybe I'm miserable, but at least there's an identity there. It's like, in my experience, people need to feel something. Right.
Yes.
So if they needing to feel something, maybe they're feeling miserable, but at least they're existing. That it's like almost like an empty space. You take out the misery. I don't necessarily know how to be,
Right.
right? And it's not safe. It's
Right.
unsafe. I don't know how to act.
Right.
So the process, I think, really is a cushion. It's a cushion the way that you're describing it. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
on, Jen. I think we should wrap it up, but yeah, that was really awesome. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.
We'll see you next time.
See you next